I'm Lynaugh Bobst, and I'm so grateful to be here today. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a radical act of service to the community that we can engage in every day. It's called Sharing the Way. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself first and kind of circle us back. I am a survivor. I love that word. Being a survivor is indicative of the journey and taking the hardships of a journey and turning it into something beautiful. I came from a place of voicelessness. When I was an adolescent, I kind of stood like this. I couldn't quite look you in the eyes, and I didn't really talk. A lot of people who knew me up until the last few years, they'll see me now and they'll say, "Wow, you're pretty cool. You didn't used to talk." I really didn't used to talk. After I turned 18 and I got out of the environment that I was raised in, which was an environment that included childhood sexual abuse and trafficking, I had the opportunity to come to a place of stillness. And in that place of stillness, I felt the immense weight of those experiences, and it was overwhelming. That's why often survivors will keep themselves very busy. They will keep themselves distracted. We often are overcome with depression, anxiety. There is often substance abuse. We don't know how to have a relationship with ourselves, and we fall into abusive relationship patterns because that's what's normalized. That's what we think we're here for. And when you come to that place of stillness, and you feel the immense weight of those experiences, we have the opportunity to say, I need some help. I need some help. I'm in pain, and I'm hurting, and I don't know what to do. And once we do that, the help is there. I had the opportunity to work with Silent No More. It's a foundation I am now a board member for, and I received the counseling and therapy services that I needed. As a survivor, we deserve those services. At that point, I realized, oh my God, I can talk! And I'm pretty cool. And that's when I started making friends, and I started developing connections with the community, and the community realized, oh my God, she can talk! And she's pretty cool. And wow, that's a beautiful journey. And that's when I realized, oh, I'm a survivor, and that's okay. Something a lot of people don't know is 30% of Americans will be sexually abused by age 18. 30% by age 18 will experience sexual violence. That's children. And why don't we know that? That statistic shocks people. And that's because 85% of those citizens in our communities will never have that violence reported and will never get those services that they need, the counseling, the support. Those services gave me life and gave me voice. And I think it's so important that we look at why this is a silent epidemic, that we look at why people are walking with this weight and not getting the help that they need. Do we know why? Stigma. Stigma. People often say, you're so brave, you've told people you're a survivor. Well, I think it's our duty to share the way, to say, I was hurting, this is hard, what happened to me wasn't okay, And it also doesn't define who I am. It doesn't define you. It doesn't limit you. It doesn't mark you. Because 1 in 3, 3 in 10, 30 in 100. Think about how many people are in this room. Think about how many people are in your classrooms, in your workplace, at your family reunion. How many people you know? 1 in 3, 3 in 10, 30 in 100. That's pretty big. And when we look at the impact that has on our communities, we look at the people who are walking around knowing something was wrong and thinking it has anything to do with who they are. Oftentimes I share my story one-on-one. Hi, how are you? What do you do? Well, I'm a speaker. What do you speak on? I am an advocate for childhood sexual abuse survivors. I work to get services to individuals who deserve them. We talk a little bit and someone will say, well, you know, when I was this age, when I was 5, when I was 12, when I was 10, this happened. And then we talk a little bit more and they say, you know, I've never told anyone that before. I've never told my husband, I've never told my wife, I've never told my parents. Man. And to look at the relief on their face, to realize, oh, this is safe. I can speak this. And we talk a little bit more and they say, well, you know, maybe counseling would help me too. Maybe this is something I can talk about. And that's why I'm here. I'm alive. Oftentimes, we don't get to live through these experiences because the effects they have on us take that away. They take our ability to know ourselves, to live in community, to have lives that are meaningful and filled with wellness. And I don't want to see that happen anymore. I want to see each of us realize a lot of us are walking around in pain. And if we take a moment to find stillness, if we take a moment to breathe, and if we move from that space of safety and comfort within ourselves, then we're holding space not only for our path of healing, but for others to open up as well. And just take that first step towards personal healing and towards freedom. So for me, sharing the way is just walking your path of truth and using your voice to honor your journey, using your presence to honor the journey of others. And that is a powerful, powerful way to develop community. We've talked a lot today about different barriers that keep us separated. And in my life, abuse took my voice. It kept me trapped in a world where I deserved to be treated inappropriately. I deserved to be hurt. And I don't want to see anyone live that way anymore. I want to see us live from a place of joy, from a place of centeredness, and to have the ability to sing and dance and breathe together. So thank you all for being here today.